This section heading is called Sanity Check 2. So what we're going to do within this section is we're going to verify that our configuration settings for Yarn are correct. And the way that we're going to do this is a two-step process. One, we're going to verify that all of our daemons successfully fire. And then two, we're going to run a MapReduce job inside of Yarn. So first, let's start all the DFS daemons. So dfs.sh. Okay, so now JPS, let's verify that they fired up. And they did. So now, before we actually start the Yarn daemons, let's actually review the architecture one more time. So we said that there are three daemons inside of Yarn. There's the Resource Manager, Node Manager, and Application Master. So when we run a script to start all of the Yarn daemons, what we're going to find is that we're only going to see two of them. So we're only going to see the Resource Manager and Node Manager. So the application master will not appear until we actually run a job. So when we run a job, if we run the JPS command again, we'll actually see it. And then once the job completes, if we run the JPS command again, we will no longer see it anymore. So we'll actually do that within this lab. Okay. So first let's start them up and then let's verify that everything I said is exactly how I said it. So we're going to do start yarn.sh JPS, so we can only see the Resource Manager and Node Manager. And now we're going to use the same example that we did in one of the previous sections, and that's to use the Pi example. So we're going to type Hadoop, and it's going to be jar, and then once again we need to provide that crazy path. User local Hadoop share, and then Hadoop MapReduce, and then it's Hadoop examples jar. So we're using the Pi example, and then what we're going to do here, we're still going to stick with the 16 maps, but now we're going to increase the sample size. So this is going to do two things for us. One, it's going to have the job run longer so that we can actually verify that the application master actually starts when the job is actually running. And two, we're going to see that the larger sample size will give us a more accurate estimation for Pi. So now we're going to do 1000. We're going to press enter here. And as this is actually starting to run, we're going to come over here. I'm going to right click, new terminal. I'm going to pull this right up over here. So now let's run JPS, and inside of here you can see that the application master is now started. Okay, so now that the job is completed, I'm going to come down here once again, JPS, we no longer see the application master, and then coming down here we can see that we got a more accurate value or estimate for Pi.